Hey, be a squid and subscribe to my mediocrity. How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be doing the 2020 Beginner Outward Guide. This is basically just a remake of the video that I made a long time ago when the game came out, but I figured since there's still a heavy player base and I'm still getting comments to this very day of people that are wanting Outward content and, what should they be doing, this and that, and all, I'm just going to answer the questions here. So keep in mind, Outward is a very open world game and you have probably the most freedom in any other video game. So essentially for you, whatever you do after I show you the beginning parts of the game is going to be up to you. There is no direction I can point you in as to what you should do. It's completely up to you. You want to go exploring other worlds? Go do that. You want to, become a grand wizard of wait, you want to become some kind of mage character, you can do that. It's completely up to you. So I just want to be transparent as fuck and tell you that I'm just gonna give you the basic knowledge of what you should do to maximize your starting potential, and then after that is going to be whatever you feel like doing. So let's get this video over with. So this is the starting area. You're gonna want to just grab pretty much everything that's of value. So we'll take we're just gonna leave the torches. We don't really care about all that. We're gonna grab the tattered attire here. Now in this area, you're going to want to be a little careful just because there are two hyenas elsewhere across this river, but we'll talk about that in a moment. We're going to go in here, and then there's going to be a harpoon, which we're going to use as our first weapon because I think that the harpoon is actually a better weapon than some of the other fucking garbage that's in this game. Now, up there is where you want to be at in terms of leaving this area. We're going to avoid that for right now because we're just collecting stuff so that way we can maximize our starting potential. So over here, there's going to be this archway. Right through this archway, there's going to be this dead-ass dude right here, and he has a machete. You can use the machete if you want to. Personally, it fucking sucks ass, so don't use the machete. Then from there, you're going to go over here into the river once again, and there's going to be a mining pick on the floor. You can either sell this for silver, or you can break it down for iron scraps. Either way, it's valuable. Now this is where the two hyenas are. I'm gonna recommend that you fight them one at a time or don't fight them at all. If you fight them at the same time, you have a higher chance of getting diseased, so that's one of the worst things that you can have happen because the only way to get rid of it is to drink one of the 3 teas in the game. I completely forgot which one it is, but it'll say if it cures a disease. I think it's like the soothing tea or something. I don't personally remember. Either way, avoid getting hit. If you're gonna fight them, do it one at a time. If not, just completely skip them. And yeah, just fucking skip them, really. So for the sake of this, I'm not going to fight any of them, and I'm just going to go ahead and drink the clean water. But the reason we do this is because it actually helps with our stamina regen, and okay, we're just freezing up. Oh, there it goes. So since they're way over there, we're going to just leave them the fuck alone. You can kill them for actually good loot because they have predator bones, which is used for making fanged weapons, which in my personal opinion, they're one of the best weapons in the game, at least for starting out. But you can kill hyenas after this, so it's not like this is the only spot you're going to be able to find them. So you can get it now and get it in while it's early, or you can wait till later. I personally wait till later to farm that shit up, so it's not important. Now from that archway, we're going to come around over here to the beachfront, and there's going to be the wrecked ship area. In the backside here, there's going to be a junk pile. Now whatever you get in here is completely RNG. Sometimes you'll get extra clothing, sometimes you'll get, silver and whatever. Sometimes you'll get this horse shit, which is, it's fine. This stuff sells for, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You're just going to grab it just so you have extra stuff to sell. Now once you're done here, you're going to go up top on this little boat area and just get in the bedroll and sleep. You can talk to iZam for more of the story if you're interested in that side of things, but for me, I'm just gonna get in the bedroll and sleep. Alright, now we've made it to our shitty house, and now we're moving at the speed of fucking mayonnaise. Yay me. Down here at the bottom of the stairs, you're gonna find a backpack. You're gonna want to go ahead and grab that up so you can actually, fucking move, or else you're gonna be moving like me, just not moving at all, really. We're actually going to go ahead and change our attire. We'll put that on, and we'll just keep all this stuff here. Alright, now we can open up this chest, which sometimes there's good stuff in here, and sometimes there's fucking nothing in here. And this time, I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, we'll put that on. That looks pretty good. We'll rock out with that. So we'll grab all this stuff here. We'll just grabbing everything because everything is fucking valuable. Just keep that in mind. If you grab something, it's valuable. You can sell it. You can craft something out of it. That's pretty much the point I want to get across here. Everything is valuable. Okay, that's everything in the house. We're gonna hop out now and we're gonna skip through the dialogue because I don't want to spoil anything. You guys can go through that if you want, but I'm just gonna, mash through it. Shut up, skip. Okay, so from this point on, we need a better backpack because this whole satchel garbage is just not cash money. So we're gonna go over down here to one of the salespeople and we're gonna sell some stuff in order to get a better backpack. Believe me, you're gonna thank me for this because this backpack is ass. So talk to shopkeeper Doran and he'll offer a variety of things here. This is kind of your outdoorsman stuff, good clothing for weathers and whatever the hell. If you're in cold weather, you're gonna want to buy stuff from him. So we're gonna get this 25 silver backpack, and then we're going to actually sell all this other horse shit because we actually don't need it. We're gonna keep the two clothing things because we can actually use that for bandages, which is going to be very important later on. There we go. We basically made our money back, so that's pretty good. Now, in order to switch, you're gonna need to click on the backpack, and then you're gonna want to open up your backpack, grab everything in there, so that way you don't leave anything by accident. I've done that before and it was a fucking mess. Oh, and this backpack can actually carry a lantern on the back, so you can just press the V button or whatever key it is on Xbox. I kind of forgot. It's been a while since I played on Xbox, and it turns off the lantern. You want to always keep the lantern off because it will burn out eventually, and every time you equip a new lantern, it is going to be on, so just make sure you turn it off so you don't waste a good lantern. Now, from this point, we're gonna head over to the water reservoir over there, kind of just to the north-ish, and it's that obviously weird fucking structure here. There's going to be a water skin waiting for you. This is how you're going to replenish your thirst and all your other nonsense in terms of holding water. The more of these you have, the better, in my personal opinion. So you can never have too many water skins, especially if you're an alchemist, because then you can build or craft a bunch more potions. So if you come across water skins in the world, I highly recommend you pick them up. You don't necessarily have to keep them on you all the time, but if you are crafting potions, whether it be for money purposes or actually building something, then you're going to want a good bit of water skins. Now, for this portion of the video, it's going to be pretty much gathering items to sell, so that way you can make a decent bit of money, as well as getting your house paid off for, they're going to foreclose it because you killed a bunch of people, even though you really didn't. So starting off, there's going to be a machete in this kind of fish outpost. We're going to grab that up. And then after that, we're going to come over here to this wagon, and then behind it, there's a tree with a hatchet. These are all viable weapons. You can run these if you feel like it, but personally, I'm going to recommend that you run the Phalang Great Axe, which is going to be up here on this hill by that structure up top. At the very, very tippity top of the hill, there's going to be a box. Grab up the axe there, and I'm going to tell you and show you why this weapon is probably the best thing ever. So it's right here. We're just going to go ahead and equip the axe. So the reason this weapon is so good is because it's an aggressive type of weapon. So there are weapon types in Outward. Claymores are typically more of defensive because the skills come with, parries and whatnot. So if you're using a claymore, you're going to want to be a bit more defensive, wait for an opening, use your quick moves, and then just go back to guarding and dodging. Now, when you're using an axe, at least the great axe, these are very combo heavy weapons where you can keep the pressure up. It burns through stamina like hell, but it destroys their stamina bar as well as it does a million damage. Specifically the heavy swing, which is this, where you press and click once and it does 2 swings. This is very good for comboing into your regular autos. So you do 1, 2, boom, boom, and then it offers just a shit ton of pressure on most enemies, and you can do quite a bit of damage, and I highly recommend it. There's other reasons why you should grab this axe first, but we'll get to that in a moment. So now we're going to go inside this town hall, and we're going to go over here to this chair, turn to the left, and then we're going to go up here, and there's a chest that generally has garbage in it. Sometimes it has some good stuff, sometimes it has some bad stuff, so yeah, this is kind of garbage trash, so we'll keep it to sell. We're gonna put this on because we look fucking fly. So once you're done in there, we're gonna go back down the hill because I actually forgot that there's another item you can get. It's over here by this house. I think it's, yeah, right here. Once you come down that hill, you come over here to this house and there's this pitchfork. It's not good or anything, it just acts as a spear, and you can sell this. So now that we've got majority of our stuff, we're just gonna sell our items just so we can get a little extra money in our pocket for supplies. So boom, 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 and bam, there we go. 49 silver. We'll talk more about silver later on, but for now, that's good enough. Oh, and I almost forgot, one last thing. If you want some crafting recipes for some armor, at least early game armor, come over here and you'll get the leather attire. This stuff is okay. I never really cared for it, but if you want to use this, you can. I don't recommend it. It's not It offers you a lot of damage, but early on, protection is more important, especially if you're not familiar with the combat, so it's up to you. Okay, now from this point forward, it is up to you on how you want to tackle this task. So the main quest right now is you need to either get tribal favor in order to pay off the debt to your house, or you need to rack up a certain amount of silver, which I think it's like a couple hundred or something like that, like 200, maybe 500, I don't remember. It's quite a bit of silver. Now you can do both, it's fairly easy, but the easiest way to do it is to just do a good deed and get the tribal favor. Now, to get the tribal favor, we have to leave Cierzo, and the only way you're going to be allowed to do that is if you're ready to go. So you have to come talk to this guy, and then he'll let you out of Cierzo. Now, before you talk to him, I want you to take note that whatever weapon you're holding, he will offer to teach you a skill. Now, the skill that you will learn with the Great Axe is called Execution, which does a good bit of damage, and I believe it actually executes at like 20% or something. I think it depends on how low the enemy is, but I don't personally remember. It's a really good move, though. It comes out quick, and it combos relatively well with your fucking combos, so I highly recommend that you get the Execution skill, but if you're more of a sword guy, or I don't know, a hatchet kind of guy, I don't know what you would be doing, use the axe, just use the axe. So we click I'm going outside, and then he'll offer to teach you a skill, and this is where your decision is going to be finalized. If you want to get the skill for the axe, then you click yes. If you want to get a different weapon, you better go and get it now. So boom, he taught us execution, and we're pretty much good to go. So now we've cleared that portion out, now we have to go get the tribal favor, so we're going to go to the docking area, and under the docks, there's going to be a door that leads to this cave. That's where you're going to be headed first. So you just walk under here, and then this is where the door is, and then we're going to go in here. Once you're inside here, there's quite a few different items that you're going to be met with. You can grab up all this stuff. It's all random what's in here, generally, except for some of the lanterns and whatever, but for the most part, it's stuff that you open is going to be completely randomized. Whoops, I got in this and I did not mean to. This is a bedroll. Personally, I don't ever need this. You can grab it just so that way you have a way to sleep while you're out and about, but I never grab it, so I'm not going to grab it. I'm going to grab this berry jam, and then over here, there is a junk pile that generally has some good stuff and an extra water skin, so that's really good. So now we're going to turn on our lantern, grab up this mining pick, but just because it's extra silver in our pocket, or iron, it depends on whatever it is you're doing. Now in here, there is some enemies known as Troglodytes, and they're pretty trash enemies. They don't do much, and also they're dumb as fuck, so yeah, just kind of sidestep them and you'll be fine. And they do this charge move that literally misses you every single time, so I wouldn't really worry too much about it. Just, yeah, just do that and grab their troglodyte tridents, and that should be the end of that. There's only 2 in here. Now you're gonna want to go over here to where you see this kind of bluish mushroom. Now this is the way out, which is gonna take you to a beachfront, and that's where you want to be at. So we're gonna go ahead and head this way now. All right, we made it to the beach. Now over here, there's gonna be some kind of weird lightning beetle creature. Sometimes they're roaming, sometimes they can be in front here. You're gonna want to avoid them. I don't recommend you fight them this early on, just because they're kind of a pain in the ass and they do a good bit of damage, and if you're not familiar with the combat and how to bait out moves and whatnot, then just kind of wait till a little bit later in the game. I just can't, I don't want you dying, especially if you're on hardcore like I am. You're gonna want to avoid confrontation, at least when you're getting set up, so just be aware that that creature over there will dick you down. Now this guy right here, you're gonna need a bandage. So this is the reason we kept our clothing, because we can actually tear this stuff down for cloth. So we do this, and then I don't know what this does. Actually, I don't think we can do that one. It has to be an actual cloth thing. So boom, tear this down, and then we tear this down, and now we have enough for bandages. We'll make this, and then we talk to this guy, and then we give him a bandage, and then boom, bam, bing, bow. We're pretty much good to go. We have our tribal favor now. We can go ahead and leave. So the only way to get back to Cierzo is to go up this hill and head northwest. Cierzo is always going to be northwest. We are around over here by this beachfront area where you see the water. Now you're just going to want to head this way and then just follow the road, and you'll hit Cierzo relatively easily. And before you do that, make sure you stop right here at this hollow trunk, because sometimes there's some good stuff in here like that. We actually got a health potion, so that was really good. Now on the way there, you're going to see kind of a little walkway like right here, and there's a chest in here, so we can go ahead and grab up whatever. Typically it's tripwires or bullets or arrows, something like that. Nothing ever really impressive. But I wanted to talk about these really quick. So these are butterflies. I know you wouldn't have fucking guessed. But these are actually a sign of a safe zone. So whenever you see butterflies, you can actually sleep here and not get attacked during the night. So meaning whenever you're sleeping, you have to guard generally if you're not in a safe zone. So you sleep for 10 hours and you guard for 10 in order to make sure that you don't get attacked during the night. So whenever you see butterflies, you don't actually have to guard, and you can just sleep soundly without any worry. This is really good if you have an upgraded, tent and whatnot, so that way you can sleep more comfortably and get more stamina regen, or just whatever in general. Or if you have one of those plant tents where you can regen your health, stamina, thirst, hunger, all that stuff. So just keep in mind that these spots are kind of important, especially if you need to rest before a big boss fight. So just be aware of that. Anyway, back to the road. So we're just gonna follow this road down here, and it should lead us right to Cierzo, and there you go. Boom, bam, bing, bow. We're good to go. And once you're back in Cierzo, that's pretty much a wrap. The only thing that's left for you to do is sell your items to make sure you actually get some money out of all this nonsense. And yeah, that's kind of it. I don't really have any other tips for you. Just talk to who you need to talk to for your quest, since you have the tribal favor, which is this stuff right here, the tribal favor. You just come up to the top of the hill, which is over here, and you talk to Lady Bitch that's sitting in the chair, which she's right in here. And hello? Oh, there it is. And there you go. She's right here. You talk to her. She'll tell you to talk to Yazan, O'Leal. And then once you talk to those two, you come back and talk to her once again at the top of the hill. And from that point on, it's kind of up to you. So that's going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys are informed on how to actually get started. Now, if you have any questions or any other, guides you would like to have out there, put them in the comment section down below, and I'll take a look at them and see what I can do. But that's going to be it for today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.